Welcome to Byte-sized leadership. I am Manish, and today's guest is someone who has been at the front line of building intelligence AI-powered enterprises.
I shine, we lead tonight. Bite-sized minds, the future's bright.
We have with us Avinash Narasimha, managing partner at Bridgepath Innovations, who brings over 20 years of experience in data, AI, and digital transformation. Before Bridgepath Innovations, he led advanced analytics at Coke, Capital One, HP, Accenture, and AOL. Today, we are going to talk about why manufacturing is no longer just about machines. It's about intelligence, connected system, and how AI is transforming everything from shop floor to supply chain and workforce safety. Avinash, it's pleasure to have you on. Why don't you introduce yourself in few words, and then we'll go from there.
Sure. I've been working for the last 22 plus years for different organizations. I was leading a team of data and AI professionals till April end for a large private company in the US. Did a lot of work on data and AI for manufacturing, supply chain, HR, finance, sales. A lot of exciting work, deployed a lot of things in production. Very passionate about manufacturing. I've joined Bridgepath as a managing partner. I joined in May, so it's been close to 4.5 months. We've been advising GCCs, strategic consulting and advisory GCC setup, and helping existing GCCs transform. Manufacturing is a space that I'm extremely passionate about. I've been following the manufacturing theme in India, which is picking up really, really big. I see a hockey stick type growth in manufacturing in India. So super excited about this session.
Great, great, Avinash. Avinash, you have seen AI transform multiple industries. Why do you think data and AI are no longer optional in manufacturing? What's the real business impact that you are seeing currently?
Absolutely. I think data and AI have a significant role to play in manufacturing, any type of manufacturing, continuous, discrete, the high-speed manufacturing, HSM is what we call it. So imagine a factory where we have thousands of machines operating in tandem, and then you don't know what could break. So you want to have a system which alerts you that there is a possibility of something breaking, so that you take some proactive actions and ensure that the manufacturing is not disrupted. So you want continuity in the operation. So there's a lot of work that can be done with respect to that. There have been successful case studies where implementing some measures for preventive maintenance has reduced the downtime by around 20% in certain enterprises. So broadly, if you look at the 3 to 4 pillars of where data and AI can play a role, it'll be around reliability, it'll be around safety, product quality, cost, and also the sustainability part of it.
Right. That's powerful. Powerful, especially the point about AI driven both performance and sustainability. Let's zoom in closer. What does this actually looks like on the shop floor? Like predictive maintenance, digital twins, smart scheduling. They sounds like a buzzwords, but how they really change day to day factory life? If you can show some lights on that.
Yeah, sure. I think we'll have to just go back to the old school manufacturing, right? Where everything is, there's somebody who creates a production schedule saying, hey, Monday we'll produce this, Tuesday we'll do this. And that the whole schedule is there for a week or a month or a few months. Then there is a quality inspection, quality control team who have all these charts. Monday, I'm going to go to this particular area of the shop floor. I'm going to monitor machine 1, 2, 3. Tuesday, I'm going to do 4, 5, 6. Wednesday, likewise. So there's a proper schedule, which is largely based on experience and the knowledge that they have. But now what's happening in the last few years is there is sensors being installed in all these machines, at least the primary ones, and sensors capture a variety of data. It could be related to the vibration of the machine. It could be your electrical, your pressure, it could be temperature. It's a whole host of sensors available which are installed on these machines. And those sensors emit data. It could be per second, per minute, per hour, depending on the frequency type of the system. Now that data is being tracked, and that data tells us when a machine could break down when you build your predictive models. So we call it predictive maintenance or predictive modeling, which enables preventive maintenance. So which means that the quality controller who comes in the next day is not going by a chart or a preconceived schedule. He or she is looking at what the model is predicting, so that they go and focus their energy on that particular system, go inspect see if anything is wrong, and if there's something is wrong, they make the changes so that you are proactively addressing the issues and preventing breakdowns. That's the whole concept. Now, digital twins is a very powerful concept. Now, digital twin can be done at a process level, at a data flow level, at a machine level, or for an entire production floor, where you can actually see how each and every step of the manufacturing is performing, and a lot of sensor input comes into play. So companies adopt based on what they think is priority. There have been companies who are fairly advanced, have created a digital blueprint of the entire floor. For smaller MSME kind of companies, which is micro, small, and medium enterprises, they also need these smart scheduling. Companies which cannot afford the softwares, ERP softwares, you need to create these schedules which takes into consideration their resources, the machine availability, and then you can build a small model which enhances throughput. Now that becomes your smart scheduling. So there's a lot of work that's happening in this particular area, and it will continue to grow. It is just going to really go up really fast.
I love that. I love that. So you have said that AI can see what the human miss by capturing the data through sensors and analyzing it and doing the real-time prediction. So how is computer vision changing quality control, and what about real-time process optimization?
Yes, so we've all seen certain videos, short videos where you have high speed manufacturing, right? Things are just moving at a very, very high speed. It could be like maybe 500,000, 2,000 parts, products per minute. Now, when you have such a setup, or even a slightly slower one, which is continuous manufacturing, where you have a lot of products being processed in a single minute, it's impossible for humans to do it. And then there's only so much one person can do. So you can't put an army of quality people. The only way out is really to install an AI enabled camera which is capturing data real time, and then there is a predictive model which is identifying defects in those particular products. So the first use case where computer vision plays a very critical role is product quality, which is identifying defects in the manufactured products and eliminating those products out of the assembly line before it goes to packaging. That's one area where I think we're going to see a lot of traction. The other area is really around employee or worker safety. There are areas where workers should not go because they can get injured or it could be fatal for them. So you would want to have a camera facing that particular area of the shop floor. Maybe heavy objects are moving up over the conveyor belts. You don't want people to be there. So computer vision is monitoring that particular area. It alerts people as and when somebody comes to that area, and it is real time. It is all done through edge computing. You can't be doing it, hey, I'll send it to the cloud. My models are on the cloud. By the time the insight comes, something would have happened. So you need absolute real time edge computing insights out there. So you have camera capturing, camera alerting. You could have a buzzer. You could have, a siren go off, which alerts the person not to be there. And sometimes in heavy machineries, when you do maintenance, you have to shut it down, and people have to go into these large machinery to make sure it is repaired. So you need to have alerting system, and the alert should not show off. The machine is shut off and the person is repairing it. The alert should not show up in the monitor, right? So we have all these use cases for computer vision. That's really and when we start to adopt a lot of this technology, you have to revisit your process, right? You can't have legacy processes and you apply AI on top of it. It's not going to work. So you'll have to really revisit how data and AI will change your entire manufacturing process. So you have to revisit the process, you have to re-engineer the process, and AI will help optimize the process. That's really the flywheel.
Right, right. It's like spotting invisible defects in a second.
Yes.
That's game changing. And it connects directly to one of the biggest challenges every manufacturer has faced recently in supply chain as well.
Yes.
So supply chain has been in the spotlight. So how is AI helping leaders forecast demand better and manage inventory smarter? If you can throw some light on that.
Yeah, so supply chain is a very large and complex system that is in place, and all companies are trying to deal with it. One of the most simplest cases that people try to solve is creating supply chain transparency. So you have, and all the way from procuring your raw material, all the way to shipping it to the end customer. That's your supply chain. You need to have visibility at every step in the process. So companies are trying to build this visibility layer on top of their supply chain. So that is the first use case. Now, if you look at our local e-commerce websites, Manish, if you order something maybe 5-7 years back, it used to take 2 to 3 days for us to get a particular product. Now in the current times, you could probably get it in 2 hours, right?
Right.
That is how optimized the supply chains are. Now, they've been working on this for a really, really long time. How do they know that a particular pin code, we need to stock up, let's say, 100,000 iPhones? That's demand forecasting for you. Now, if I order an iPhone right now for my pin code, I may get it in the next 4 hours, including the manufacturers and the e-commerce websites have their supply chain sorted out. So how do they know that this particular pin code, there could be a possible demand of 100,000 phones? That's your demand forecasting models. Now, demand forecasting models are done at SKU level. Now, I'm talking about phone. There are like 500 products associated with a phone. I could order anything, people. So that's all your supply chain data coming in. Manufacturing, we touched upon. Inventory is the other one that can be optimized to a great extent. You don't want to hold too much inventory, be it raw material or be it finished goods. You have to be very careful about it. So all companies are really looking at solving supply chain problems because of a lot of geopolitical uncertainty right now in the world, and companies are trying to get ahead with it. And if you do it right, you're looking at really big savings in terms of the spend on supply chains.
Right. Right. Absolutely. What I see is manufacturing isn't only about machines and materials. Manufacturing is ultimately about people as well. So, how do you see AI improving safety and augmenting workers on the floor?
Yes, so I've had first-hand experience doing some of this. The first one was really when I was just out of college. I joined a textile manufacturing firm. I worked there for a year. I'm an industrial engineer, and I worked there as an industrial engineer for a year. And that was back in time was one of the most high-tech factories in Bangalore, and they were very focused on quality. So they had all these, they didn't have computer vision back then, but then they had all the possible physical segregations needed for employee safety. That was back then. But now, if you see, you have computers installed everywhere. Those computers are generating real time insights, alerting people of what to do and what not to do. There's all these AI glasses that have come in, which enhances the visibility of a production floor. And then you could also have a person remotely sitting in a different part of the world and still helping somebody on the ground solve a particular problem. Now, this requires a lot of change management because people are not used to it. And then people have to see it to believe it. It's never about replacing people, it's about enhancing them, making them, like a Superman or a Superwoman, giving them certain superpowers where they can do more with less. And that's how I see a lot of computer vision, the AR, VR thing coming into play, which is driving employee safety, better productivity, product quality.
Right, right, absolutely. So now here it's come to the great question. So all the AI model predictive analytics that we do in manufacturing, nothing will come solid if the data quality is not good. So how important is data quality in everything that we discuss?
Data is really the foundation of everything we do.
Right,
If you don't have good quality data, don't think you should not do AI. It's very clear. Now, when I say AI has got multiple dimensions to it. Machine learning is AI, generative AI is AI, rule-based heuristics is AI, operations research is AI. So when people say AI, it could mean various different things. So whatever model we build, it could be operations research, it could be machine learning, it could be generative AI. Having good data quality is absolutely essential. So I believe that enterprises have to do AI to stay competent. Now they will realize very quickly that they want to do AI, but their data quality is not the way they expected. So
right,
there will be a lot of focus back on data. So now data till last couple of years or 3 years, we were all just handling structured data. Now there is an explosion of unstructured data. And how do you govern unstructured data? How do you define data quality metrics for unstructured data? These are all now emerging themes companies will figure out, but it'll all come together. Data as a foundational element has to be fixed, and companies are slowly warming up to that concept,
right.
especially
Great.
the unstructured data.
Yeah, great insight. Us. So, if you have to summarize in 2, 3 lines, punchy line in manufacturing that listener can take it away from us from this webinar, what would be that? Like 2, 3 points everyone should keep in mind while they're thinking about AI and manufacturing together.
Yeah, I mean, couple of things that comes to mind, right? AI isn't a buzzword. It's really a business enabler, and you have to adopt AI to stay competent in the current world. Data quality is having good data is the most basic and elementary need of an enterprise. It's a foundational element. It can't be ignored. The future is really the mix of machines and humans coming together. You've got to have human in the loop from a feedback standpoint. There is data, there is process. They all have to come together for it to really create value. That's where I see the whole manufacturing world going towards.
Great, Avinash. Brilliant insights. Thank you for sharing them with us. And to everyone listening, if this sparked idea for you, share it with your team. Subscribe to Bite-sized Leadership, and let's keep exploring how AI and data are rewriting the playbook of manufacturing. Until next time, stay curious, stay bold.